Okay, so let's talk about first seen mode in our reports area, because this is incredibly important if you want to see the overall value of the leads coming in from your ads. And so how first seen works is quite simple. Let's say we have a week in January. Let's just say 1/1 to 1/7. Okay, so just a clean week at the start of the year, 7-day period. Let's say we spend $1,000 over this time frame, and we make, let's say, $1,000 back. But let's say all the leads we get in. Okay, let's imagine we got in 100 leads during this time frame, and over the course of the year, they spend another $4,000 with us. We really want to see that. We want to see, okay, for this $1,000 we spent, yeah, we broke even, but we made another $4,000 on top of it. This is very relevant. Let's say we check back in the middle of the year. Let's say we check back in June. Okay, so we check back 6 months later. We check back in June. So it would be 6/7. And we can see, oh wow, that $1,000 we spent actually got us a additional $4,000, a true 5x ROI on the ads. That's very relevant to us. And so what we want to see is, all right, all the people that came in during this time frame, how much have they spent with us compared to how much it cost us to acquire them? Okay, so we got 100 people that come in for $1,000. How much do they make us right then? How much do they make us over time? And so then we're able to see, okay, cool, we spent $1,000 at first. All right, so let's say this is our break-even point right here, but the value that generated kept going up. So how can we do this? Well, it's quite simple. We just go into the HYROS dashboard. So what I just put right here is I want to see the value of everybody that came in from December 1st, 2019 to December 20th, 2019, and how much they spent with me over this time frame. Okay, so if I actually go and look at this right here, what's going to do is show me everyone that entered my business at the time. Not everybody that clicked these ads. Not every single person that clicked these ads. You're going to want to use our cohort reports for that later on. Okay, but everybody just came in this time frame, and then I can see really how much money can I expect to make from a new lead in this time frame. How much money can I expect to make from cold traffic, new customers that came in this time frame? Okay, so I went down in here and I set it to ad sets that I want to see. So I set a filter, which we'll get into. We'll get into filters a little bit later on, but you can see I filtered off the ad sets I want to look at. Okay, I've also included reoccurring sales because I want to see all the money generated from this. So if I come down and I look at this audience right here, I can see that I spent during this time period on this one audience right here, $1,600, but over time, look how much I generated. I generated $15,000 back at the state, and I can click on this and see how the LTV actually stacked up, okay? And so I can see over time how much every single one of these is worth to me as well. All right, so I got a 1 month analysis right here. And so I can see over time, since these dates that I'm tracking right here, I spent $3,600. I did $63,000 back since these dates. And so it's been about a year almost from these dates. So you can see this was actually it's been way more than that. It's been almost 2 years. So you can see over 2 years, these ads really paid off. Okay, and I can see the amount of time it usually takes me to make money. So let's see right here, I can see the average cost that it took me to get a lead in. Okay, usually it cost me about $5 in this situation right here. Okay, by day 7, you can see I have a call funnel. And so sales don't come in for a couple days. And so I can see that by day 6, okay, cool, I've actually made my money back on this. And then by day 17, I've actually doubled my money. And if I expand this a little bit further, let's look at 3 months, we can actually see the entire picture right here on this. Okay, look at this. So by week 6, I've 4x'd my money. By week 12, I've nearly 6x'd it. So I can look at the LTV of my customers over time versus the cost to acquire them down here in the CPA. If I want to look at a little bit deeper in this, I can come down and look at the actual stats again like I just showed you right here. And these stats are very different. So if we go down and look at this campaign via, let's say, last click, we're not going to see the total picture. Okay, so I come down here and I look at these these sources again, it shows I lost money on these. Okay, it shows I lost money on these ad campaigns when these were actually hyper profitable over time. Okay, the clicks obviously were going somewhere else. We probably saw people enter other parts of the funnel, enter other ads. Remember, these were sales tracked over the course of 2 years. These are sales tracked over the course of 2 years. So obviously they probably clicked other ads or other parts of the business in this time frame. So I'm just looking at last click, these didn't get the last click, so they're not getting the sales. So this is super duper important if you have a business where people are buying products long term. And again, it's not going to give you the total picture of every single person that clicked that ad. It's going to give you everybody that entered the business at this time. So if a person clicked this ad right here, but they entered the business, let's say a month prior, let's say in December, okay, this is when they had their first click. They're not going to be included in this factoring right here. It's because it can get confused. It can get confusing, because these people right here ended up clicking lots of other ads and lots of other parts of the business as they went through it. So I can see the long-term ROI on this very, very, very clearly. All right, so this is how first scene mode works, and it's going to be able to show you the overall ROI. And in this lesson right here is that, in this example, if I'm only going off last click, these ads only show $15,000 in revenue. If I go off of first scene and everybody that came from these original ads right here, I'm up nearly an additional almost $50,000 in this situation. So pay very close attention to first scene mode and use that to really see the overall ROI on your customers. This is absolutely huge to your business because, again, if I turn those ads off based on the last click ROI, that's crazy. These ads generate me a near 20x ROI over a year or two's time. Okay, we saw the chart originally when it first came in. We were seeing nearly a 6x ROI after 12 weeks, okay, after 3 months. Okay, so incredibly important that you pay attention to this.